About this 15 years old boy from Port Harcourt. His name na Agbo Aduga. Unfortunately, his dreams were crushed by Nigeria federal government. I'm going to explain, guys. It's quite disheartening. The story is irritating, heartbreaking, and really, really serious, and deserve to be looked into. But unfortunately, this our government are busy with so many crazy other things that doesn't make sense. So nobody will likely look into this guy issue. A 15 years old boy. So what happened? According to the headline, they said 15 years old boy student who scored a perfect SAT and qualified to represent Nigeria in the math Olympiad allegedly denied trip to China as federal government says there is no money for sponsorship. Can you imagine? So Instablock said 15 years old student Agbo from Graceland International School Port Harcourt has reportedly achieved a perfect score of 1,600 on the Scholastics Assessment Test, marking an extraordinary academic milestone that has sparked whispered admiration across Nigeria educational community. The SAT administered by the US-based College Board is a global recognized university admission test used by top institutions in the United States and beyond. Achieving a perfect 1,600 place Adoga among a very small percentage of students worldwide who reach the highest position scores. At least you know. Social media erupt with praise after news of his results surfaced online, with many Nigerians celebrating his achievement as a testament to the potential and brilliancy of the country's young scholars. His school, Graceland International, known for producing high-performing students in national and international examination, has yet to release an official statement, but has been receiving a flood of congratulatory messages from alumni and parents. Before this latest feast, Agbo had already gained recognition for his excellence in mathematics and science competitions, including national Olympiad and international content, where he consistently ranked among the top performers. Education stakeholders has described his performance as a source of pride for Nigeria. You guys listening to what I just read. See this boy here scored a perfect score 1,600 for SAT. The exam was organized and this guy, they see trophies on academics, so no be football, no be any other sport, or academics. Scored a perfect score. And then he was slated to represent Nigeria in China. When the school wrote to Ministry of Education and asked them for sponsorship to sponsor this boy to China to represent Nigeria in a competition, the Ministry of Education said the federal government do not have money to sponsor this boy. According to somebody who shared, they said, Graceland International School Port Harcourt just informed me that Agbo Adoga qualified to represent Nigeria in international math Olympiad in China. Nigerian Ministry of Education said they don't have money to sponsor anybody, so he will not attend. Nigeria lost again. Then someone said, what will it take to sponsor him? Can't it be done without the government input? Then Alex said, unfortunately, it must come from the Federal Ministry of Education. You see, because Nigerians, I know Nigerians are willing to sponsor him. Nigerians are willing to sponsor him. Then, but unfortunately, they said it must be done through Federal Ministry of Education. He will be flying the Nigeria flag at the global stage along students from other countries in the world. Individual sponsorship is not allowed. The parents would have happily done it. Damn. His parents have money to sponsor this boy to China to go and represent Nigeria. But according to this competition abroad, according to this competition they are going for, it must come through the federal government. It must come through the federal government. But the Minister of Education, the Ministry of Education wrote back to them and said the federal government do not have budget to sponsor this boy. And I bet you, to sponsor this boy to China for this competition wouldn't even be close to 20,000 US dollars. Wouldn't even be close to 20,000 US dollars. We have seen this country where people donate money. No, a person donate 100 million, give very dark man. It's not somebody that donate 30,000 US dollar, give one Obi Kubana person, and people are donating. No, be sure Tinubu friends donate 20 million, give one actress. There are people who donate more. Instead of the Ministry of Education to sponsor this guy, even come outside and ask Nigerians to donate to sponsor this guy. As long as it's coming through, at least they will donate through you, the Ministry of Education, and you give it to this boy, giving him the necessary document for him to go to China. Look at this course. Necessary document for him to go to China. But guess what? The Ministry of Education no fit even think to source other sources. They no even sit down to reason the matter. They just wrote back, according to them, according to the media, that they cannot sponsor the boy. They cannot sponsor this boy. Nigeria has failed this guy. Nigerians have money to sponsor him, but it must come through the Ministry of Education. If the minister and the Ministry of Education feel say they no get money, give him the necessary document and ask for Nigerians to donate. No be first lady of this country come outside talk say make people donate for her birthday. Why can't you, the minister or anybody in charge of education, come outside and say, we want to sponsor this boy and the federal government do not have the money. Please donate through the Ministry of Education. We need so money, so target. We need so target to donate so that this boy can go. Nigeria will willingly donate. There is no shame in it. Even though Nigeria blast you now from this, but they will willingly donate. Even his own parents are willing to sponsor him. But they couldn't even do that for him. No, that's to say they don't get the will, not only the money. The will is not there. They don't even get the will. Because if they have the will, they will search for other avenue to make sure this guy travel. The will is not there. The human feeling is not there. The patriotism is not there. They don't even think about Nigeria at all. They don't even give a damn about Nigeria and what this boy have to bring to the table. They don't even give a damn about him. They don't even care. Because if they cared and they are patriotic and they are no enemy of Nigeria, they are no enemy of the state, if they cared about Nigeria, they would have sourced for another avenue to make sure this guy traveled. I'm not talking about the parents. The Ministry of Education would have sourced for other avenue. And they cannot tell me there's no budget. They can't tell me there's no budget. Shey una remember that 17 years old boy made they say he buy land for Edo State? Shey una remember that 17 years old boy may buy land for Edo State? 17 years, 17 years old by 17 years old. Let me search. Let me check if Grok will beat this story out. Sure, I remember the boy may buy land for Edo State. 17 years old boy reportedly bought 14,000 acres of land in Edo State. So I remember him. So I remember the boy. That story that we talked about. Sorry, the network is really, really bad. But you now remember the boy now. Do we have any right now? Looking at this boy, 15 years old, who want to represent us, do we have any right now to judge this boy for buying land or for doing something because they say apparently it's something illegal? Do we have any moral justification as a country to judge this boy for buying land or for doing something illegal? Here is a 15 years old boy. Here is a 15 years old boy who is doing something great. But the federal government no get as simple as small as 10,000, 50,000, or 20,000 US in dollars to sponsor this boy. What a shame. To represent your country, where other countries will be sending their kids. It's quite unfortunate. So let me know exactly how you feel, guys. Have a wonderful day. Stay blessed. But I feel really, really down talking about it, honestly.